Hey, this is Sean Bondley with Clear Technologies, and I'm going to demonstrate how to perform dynamic volume expansion in an active PowerHA version 7.1.3 cluster. Now, dynamic volume expansion itself is not new. It's actually been in AIX for probably at least 7 years. However, there's been a restriction for several years that said I could not perform dynamic volume expansion for an enhanced concurrent volume group that was online in concurrent mode. Well, most PowerHA clusters in the last 10 years use enhanced concurrent mode volume groups and are active in concurrent mode in what we call active passive mode for fastest takeover. So this has been a limitation that affected us for a while now. It's actually been removed for at least a couple years. I think it was AIX 6.1.4 that removed the restriction. However, none of the documentation has been updated to reflect that. The base PowerHA pubs don't even mention dynamic volume expansion. The existing PowerHA for AIX cookbook has the manual workaround of how to get dynamic volume expansion to work, but you couldn't do it live in the cluster. It actually required an outage. So I'm actually working on updating the PowerHA for AIX cookbook, and during that project I took the opportunity to update the documentation and thought I would put this demo together. So now I'm just going to switch over to my lab environment. I've got a recording of performing this previously, so here we go. Okay, here's my lab cluster. It's my 2-node cluster with Jessica and Cassidy. Jessica is the primary node shown on the bottom screen, and you can see that the resource group is stable. The cluster is stable, so it's online, active. My volume group with demo VG is active. And I'm showing on the top screen on node Cassidy that it's a single drive volume group. Demo VG is only on HDisk 9. Now, originally HDisk 9 was a 30 gig disk. Well, I have since added 3 more gig to it. So AIX knows that the 3 additional gig is there, but the volume group information, the physical volume information and the volume group information does not reflect that space. So what I'm showing here now is I'm running the command to show that both systems see exactly the same thing. Now, to perform dynamic volume expansion, you're actually updating the volume group information, and the -G flag on CHVG is what was added specifically for handling dynamic volume expansion. Now, you want to make sure that you run this command on the node that has the volume group online in what's called active full read-write mode. So, and since Jessica owns the volume group, that's where it's active at. So I run the CHVG command. You can see that it runs very quickly. That was actually real time. And now if I check the disk size again on both nodes, I will see, boom, there it is. I've got 33 gig showing up, whereas in before it only showed 30. Both sides, of course, have the same information. And if I check the volume group, again, in my case, it was a single disk volume group, then the size of the volume group will be the same size of the disk. It just happens to work out that way in my scenario here. So if I look over there, I can see that it too is 33 gig. Now, once that's been updated, I'm done. There's nothing else I have to do to PowerHA. Technically, the resources haven't changed. This update is dynamic on both nodes in the cluster. So I don't have to sync and verify. I just execute that command and verify that it shows up on both sides, and my cluster was up and running the whole time I did it. So that's the conclusion of the demo. I hope you found this useful. Of course, just like with any other of my demos, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, feel free to send me an email at sbodley@cleartechnologies.net. And as always, thanks for watching.